What if one day you logged into your VA account or checked your mail, only to find your disability rating had suddenly dropped, and you never received a single warning letter? For many veterans, this unexpected change feels like a complete shock. No heads up, no explanation beforehand, just a sudden reduction in benefits that they rely on. It's a frustrating and confusing experience that leaves many wondering, how could this happen without any notice? The truth is, the VA has complex rules and processes in place that allow them to adjust disability ratings, sometimes without sending a formal warning. This isn't just a rare glitch. It happens more often than you might think. In this video, we're going to uncover the reasons why your VA disability rating might suddenly drop without any warning letter. We'll explore how the VA system works behind the scenes, the role of unexpected medical exams, administrative oversights, and even recent policy shifts that have increased these sudden changes. More importantly, you'll learn what you can do to protect yourself and be ready if your rating ever comes under review. If you're a veteran who depends on your VA benefits, or if you know someone facing this confusing situation, stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll understand the hidden truths behind those surprise rating drops and how to take control before it's too late. Let's dive in. One of the main reasons veterans see their disability rating drop without any warning letter is because of the VA's automatic medical reexaminations, often called comp and pension exams or CNP exams. These exams are designed to determine if a veteran's service-connected condition has improved, worsened, or stayed the same. What many don't realize is that the VA can schedule these exams without prior notice or detailed explanation. Sometimes the notification is vague or delayed, leaving veterans blindsided when a new exam report triggers a rating review. These re-examinations aren't always about catching improvements. They're sometimes part of routine checks based on conditions' likelihood to change. For example, certain conditions are labeled temporary or subject to improvement, so the VA may decide to reassess to see if a reduction in benefits is warranted. Unfortunately, the lack of clear communication means veterans often only find out about changes after the fact, when their benefits have already been adjusted. Another factor is that even if you didn't attend the exam, maybe you missed the appointment or declined it, the VA can still move forward with a decision based on the medical evidence they have. This can result in rating reductions without the veteran having a chance to contest or even fully understand the process. This lack of transparency makes the whole experience frustrating and confusing for many. Understanding how these automatic exams work is crucial because they often kick off the rating reduction process quietly. If you know your condition might be subject to re-examination, staying vigilant about scheduling and attending exams, and requesting copies of your medical records can make a huge difference in protecting your benefits. But that's just the beginning. There are other hidden reasons why rating drops happen without warning, and we'll get into those next. Another surprising reason your VA disability rating might drop without any warning letter is the VA's use of intent to reduce letters, or more accurately, the lack thereof. You see, the VA is supposed to send veterans a formal intent to reduce letter before lowering benefits, giving you a chance to respond or provide additional evidence. However, in practice, many veterans report not receiving these letters at all. Sometimes the letters get lost in the mail, or the VA might skip this step altogether, moving straight to the reduction decision. This creates a huge problem because without that official notice, veterans are blindsided by the sudden change. You might only discover your rating has been cut when you see a reduced monthly payment or notice a decision, which can feel like a complete shock. Worse, the window to appeal or contest a decision can be very short, and without knowing a reduction was coming, many miss their chance to act. Adding to the confusion, the VA's communication system isn't always consistent. You might get a letter sent to an old address, or sometimes the documentation is unclear or overly technical, leaving veterans puzzled about what exactly changed and why. This lack of clear, timely communication undermines the process and leaves many feeling like the system isn't working in their favor. Being aware of this risk means it's essential to keep your contact information up to date with the VA and regularly check your mail and online VA accounts for any notices. If you suspect a rating change but haven't received any official communication, don't wait. Reach out proactively. The next section will reveal another factor that often flies under the radar, but plays a big role in unexpected rating drops. One of the lesser-known reasons your VA disability rating might suddenly drop is linked to what's called a re-examination or review exam. These exams are scheduled periodically by the VA to assess whether a veteran's condition has improved, stayed the same, or worsened. While the intent behind these reviews might sound reasonable, they can sometimes lead to unexpected reductions, especially if the examiners don't fully understand your medical history or the nature of your disability. What many veterans don't realize is that these exams aren't always conducted by specialists familiar with their specific conditions. Sometimes, the VA assigns a general practitioner or a doctor with limited experience in your particular disability. This can result in an assessment that doesn't accurately reflect the severity of your symptoms or daily struggles. For instance, if your pain or limitations fluctuate, a single exam may catch you on a good day, leading the examiner to conclude your condition has improved. Furthermore, the VA has been known to rely heavily on these exams when deciding to reduce ratings, even if other medical evidence or personal statements contradict the exam results. This one-time snapshot approach can be misleading. Your condition might appear better temporarily, but your overall health and function might still justify your original rating. Another surprising reason your VA disability rating might drop without warning involves changes in VA policies and procedures. The VA periodically updates how they evaluate certain conditions or applies new rules that can affect your rating. Even if your health hasn't changed one bit, these behind-the-scenes shifts can lead to sudden reductions that catch veterans off guard. For example, the VA may revise their rating criteria for a specific disability, tightening the requirements needed to maintain a certain percentage. What once qualified as a 50% rating can now be downgraded to 30%, simply because the VA's standards shifted. This means that even if your symptoms and limitations remain the same, your rating can still decrease. Many veterans are unaware that these policy changes don't always come with clear, personalized notifications. Instead, the VA often updates their guidelines quietly, and the impact only becomes apparent during the next review or decision. This leaves veterans scrambling to understand why their benefits suddenly change when they believe nothing had. Additionally, the VA's push to reduce the backlog of claims and save money has led to more aggressive reviews and rating reductions in recent years. Veterans might face increased scrutiny, and subtle changes in how the VA interprets evidence can tip the scales toward a lower rating. It's crucial to stay informed about these policy updates and how they might affect your specific condition. Keeping close contact with a Veteran Service Officer, VSO, or a qualified advocate can help you navigate these shifts and prepare your appeals if necessary. In the next section, we'll dig into how a lack of proper notification or explanation from the VA can leave veterans completely blindsided by these sudden rating drops. One of the most frustrating reasons your VA disability rating might drop without any warning is due to what's called a rating decision error. These errors happen more often than you'd expect, and they can turn your life upside down without any prior notice. Sometimes, the VA simply makes a mistake in calculating your rating or misinterprets the evidence in your file. This can lead to a sudden reduction that leaves you confused and struggling to understand what went wrong. Imagine going years with a steady rating, relying on those benefits for your well-being, only to find out that a clerical slip or an oversight changed everything. The VA might have overlooked important medical records, or there could be a mismatch between your diagnosis and the assigned rating. These errors aren't always caught right away, and unfortunately, the veteran bears the brunt of the consequences. Even more challenging is that the VA's communication about these errors can be vague or missing altogether. You might receive a terse letter that doesn't fully explain why your rating was lowered, making it difficult to identify the root cause. Without a clear explanation, it's easy to feel lost and powerless, especially when fighting to get what you rightfully deserve. If you suspect a rating decision error, it's vital to request a copy of your complete claims file and carefully review the details. Consulting with a VSO or an accredited attorney can also help uncover mistakes and build a strong case to correct them. Knowing that errors can happen and how to spot them can save you from losing benefits unfairly and prepare you to act quickly. But a rating decision error is just one piece of the puzzle. Up next, We'll explore how medical re-examinations can unexpectedly trigger rating reductions, even when you feel your condition hasn't worsened. Another major reason your VA disability rating might drop without any warning is tied to what's called a routine VA medical re-examination. These exams are scheduled to determine if your condition has improved, stayed the same, or worsened. While this might sound fair on paper, it can quickly become a source of shock and frustration for many veterans. Sometimes, the VA schedules these re-exams without clearly explaining the purpose or the potential consequences. You might show up expecting a routine check-in, only to find your rating slashed shortly afterward. What makes this even more challenging is that medical re-exams don't always capture the full reality of your condition. The doctors conducting these evaluations may see you for a brief period, often relying on limited tests or outdated standards. Meanwhile, your symptoms might fluctuate day to day or be more severe in ways that aren't obvious during a short appointment. This disconnect can lead to an unfair conclusion that your disability has improved when, in fact, it hasn't. Many veterans don't realize that failing to attend or delaying a scheduled re-examination can also trigger a rating reduction or even a complete termination of benefits. The VA often interprets a missed appointment as a refusal to participate, which works against you, even if you had a valid reason for missing it. This can feel like being penalized twice, once for your health struggles, and again for circumstances sometimes beyond your control. It's crucial to prepare thoroughly for these re-examinations. Keeping detailed records of your symptoms, treatments, and any changes can help paint a fuller picture during the evaluation. Bringing a trusted advocate or medical professional to the exam can also make a difference, ensuring that your experience is accurately represented. Understanding how routine re-exams can impact your rating is vital, but it's not the only hidden factor. Next, we'll uncover how new evidence or changed circumstances can quietly affect your rating without a heads-up, adding another layer to this complex system. Another surprising reason your VA disability rating might drop, without any warning, is due to what's called a change in disability status, triggered by new evidence or updated medical opinions. Sometimes, the VA receives new information that wasn't part of your original claim. This could be a medical report, a doctor's note, or even information from other government agencies. Without notifying you first, the VA might use this new evidence to decide that your condition has improved or doesn't warrant the same level of compensation. This process is especially confusing because it often happens behind the scenes. You may not even know that someone submitted new evidence or that your case was reevaluated based on it. The VA's decision can come as a complete surprise, leaving you wondering how your rating dropped when you can file a new claim or attend another exam. It's like a sudden curveball that shakes everything up. In addition, changes in the law or VA regulations can also impact your rating unexpectedly. Sometimes, the VA updates how they assess certain conditions, or they reinterpret existing rules. When this happens, they might apply these changes retroactively to your case. That means your rating could be adjusted downward even if your health hasn't changed. This kind of regulatory recalculation can catch many veterans off guard because it doesn't come with a warning or explanation. What makes this even trickier is that the VA doesn't always communicate clearly why your rating changed. They might send a generic letter stating the decision without detailing the new evidence or legal rationale. This lack of transparency can make it feel like you're left in the dark, struggling to understand what happened or how to respond. If you receive a sudden rating reduction, it's essential to carefully review the VA's decision letter and the evidence they cite. Sometimes, filing a notice of disagreement or appealing the decision is the only way to challenge these unexpected changes. But without knowing why or how the decision was made, many veterans miss their chance to fight back in time. This behind-the-scenes shuffle of evidence and regulations is a silent game changer, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. Next, we'll dive into how something as simple as administrative errors and data mishandling can lead to your rating dropping without any warning at all. Administrative errors and data mishandling might sound like something from a bureaucratic nightmare, but they're actually a common cause of sudden VA disability rating drops without warning. Sometimes, a simple clerical mistake, a misplaced document, a misread medical record, or even an input error in the VA system can trigger a downgrade. The VA handles millions of claims and pieces of information, And when the system glitches or staff make errors, veterans can suffer the consequences. Imagine your file getting mixed up with someone else's, or a key piece of evidence disappearing from the record. The VA might think your condition has improved or that you don't qualify for the rating you were previously granted, simply because the paperwork doesn't tell the full story. And because these errors happen behind closed doors, you're often the last to know. What makes this especially frustrating is that correcting these mistakes isn't always straightforward. You may need to spend months, even years, chasing down records, submitting appeals, or proving that the VA got it wrong. During this time, your benefits might be reduced or stopped, creating unnecessary stress and financial hardship. The VA does have processes to detect and fix errors, but they're not foolproof. Many veterans report feeling lost in the system, unsure how to navigate the complex bureaucracy or who to contact. Without proper guidance, it's easy to miss deadlines or fail to submit the right evidence to correct an administrative mishap. The key takeaway here is to stay vigilant. Regularly check your VA records online if you can. Keep copies of all your medical records and correspondence, and don't hesitate to seek help from veteran service organizations or legal experts. Being proactive might save you from a sudden, unexplained rating drop that can feel like a punch out of nowhere. This kind of behind-the-scenes error isn't the only factor, though. Up next, we'll explore how changes in your medical condition that the VA doesn't immediately inform you about can also lead to unexpected rating adjustments. Now that you understand some of the surprising reasons why your VA disability rating might suddenly drop without any warning letter, it's clear that this issue isn't always as straightforward as it seems. Whether it's administrative errors, outdated or incomplete medical evidence, or behind-the-scenes reviews, these sudden changes can feel confusing and unfair. The good news is that knowing these pitfalls puts you in a stronger position to protect your benefits and take action quickly if something doesn't seem right. Your journey with the VA can be challenging, but you don't have to face it alone. Stay organized, keep detailed records, and don't hesitate to reach out to veteran advocates or legal experts who specialize in navigating this complex system. Remember, persistence and being informed are your best tools in making sure you get the benefits you deserve. Thank you for spending time with us today. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you or someone you know experienced a sudden rating drop? What steps did you take next? Share your story or questions in the comments below. Your experiences are valuable to others in the veteran community. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support means a lot and helps us continue creating content that informs and empowers veterans like you. Thanks again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.